Oh, I think we're live. Hi there. Hi. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Angel Connection. This week, we are visiting with and talking to Manjushri. Manjushri, he actually came to my attention from the deck of Ascended Masters, sorry, from Doreen Virtue. All right. And this is the card that came up this morning. Isn't it beautiful? The card is listen, and one of my viewers for my Facebook Live this morning pointed out that the same letters that are in listen are in the word silent. So if you get silent, you can listen. Listen, Manjushri. So I was not familiar with this guy, so I had to look him up. So Manjushri is a bodhisattva. And a bodhisattva is someone who is on the road to enlightenment, the road to becoming a Buddha. There's not just one Buddha, there have been many Buddhas. We can think of the Buddha like the Christ consciousness, that there was Jesus Christ who embodied the Christ consciousness, but the Christ consciousness is in other beings as well. Same with the bodhisattva. I just think of the bodhisattvas as all being part of the Christ consciousness, and they all share in that consciousness. So Manjushri is always depicted as someone about 26 years old. That's a pretty specific and precise number, but 26 years old. And look, always with a sword. See the sword? Now, the sword is not for defense. It is not for attacking. It is not for violence of any type. The sword is for cutting through deception. And so when we truly listen, when we listen to our heart, when we listen to our inner guidance, we're cutting through the external, we're cutting through deception. Deception takes place in many, many forms. Deception takes place in expectation. What do we hope is going to happen out of any given situation, right? We can be very deceived. Deception takes place in relationships. Deception takes place in observation of what's around us. So when we listen, we cut through that external deception and tune in to what is essential and what is important inside of us. So I'm referring to Doreen Virtue's little booklet that comes from the Ascended Masters cards. Doreen Virtue, PhD, of course. So Manjushri, she says, is a Buddhist deity of wisdom who holds a sword to cut through illusions and bring about clarity and understanding. So cut through deceptions, cut through illusion, these are the same things. Call upon Manjushri for help with understanding divine messages, right? Cut through the BS, cut through the clatter, cut through the chatter so that we can listen to that divine message and to increase your receptivity to divine intelligence and wisdom. I feel like he wants to say something. All right, let's take a listen. I'm going to listen for Manjushri. Oh, he's funny. He says, you think my name is so strange and so hard to pronounce. He says, you should try pronouncing human names from this side. He says, we just don't have that which you need to pronounce things accurately. So he says, pronunciation is a form of deception, that the sound of something is not necessarily the essence of the thing. A thing's name is not necessarily what it is. He's pointing out a rose, and I feel he's saying, just like Shakespeare says in Romeo and Juliet, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. If you called a rose a turnip, it would still smell like a rose. If you call it something else, it's not going to smell any differently. If you call a dog an elephant, it's still going to have 4 legs, fur, and come when it's called and wag its tail, right? Just because you call it an elephant does not mean it is an elephant. Oh, this is interesting. Manjushri's pointing out that in our media and our politics, Many are trying to name something or give it a name that it is not. For example, calling a peaceful protest a violent protest. Calling it violent doesn't mean it's violent. Calling things by a destructive name does not make it a destructive force. So trying to change the illusion of something by changing what you call it is deception, is disillusion, or it is illusion, which is deception, right? So Manjushri is cautioning us to look at the thing, look at it, listen to its essence rather than what someone calls it, right? So we had like the Clean Skies Initiative or Blue Skies Initiative. There was something having to do with air quality. They called it clean air. They called it blue air, blue skies, but it wasn't. It was permission to pollute air. So look at not what a thing is called or how it appears, but look at the thing itself. Look at the heart of the matter. Look at the heart of the thing and allow Manjushri's sword to cut through the illusion and take you to the essence of the thing. So think about all of the things in your life that may be illusion, right? You may want to see something a certain way, but it's not that way. See it for what it is, right? See it for the simplicity of it. We try to dress, he says, you try to dress things up. You try to dress up a pig or put lipstick on a pig to make it not a pig, but it's still a pig. That is illusion, right? But even so, seeing something for what it is, what it is more than what meets the eye. Look at it for its essence. This is true especially in your news, right? Look at the essence rather than what others call it. What does it do? How does it act? How does it present itself? What does it effect? What is the effect? Cut through the deception. Listen. So when someone is telling you something that sounds too good to be true, listen. What are they saying? What are they not saying, more importantly? What is between their words? Listen. Listen. You look at a pig in a dress and lipstick. Is it still a pig in a dress and lipstick? Sure is. Does it oink? Does it have a curly tail? Does it root in the dirt? These are hallmarks of something that is not dressed up and with lipstick on, trying to masquerade as something else. Listen. Cut through the deception. All right. Use discernment. In other words, use discernment. When you can simplify, simplify. When you can look at the essence, look at the essence. That's nice. I like that. All right. I feel like that's Manjushri's. Sorry, that name is difficult for me to say, so I need to look at the essence of it. Manjushri, right? I believe Manjushri's message is complete, and in its essence is really quite simple. Look through the illusion, look through the deception. All right, that's it. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week. All right, see you next time. Bye.